So this is the largest quiet fan. This is the Model 7000, so it's a big one. And it's so big that I know it'll be difficult to install by myself. So I'm going to take it apart. So here is the motor housing is here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off, take the ducting off the motor housing, and I'll put it back on in the attic. So this will be done in 2 parts. It'll be much lighter and easier to install. Okay, there we go. This is going to be installed by itself. Then this will be installed second with the ceiling flange and everything. So it's much better. Okay, for wiring, this metal junction box comes off of here. The wiring from the cord comes out of the junction box. The junction box comes completely off. And we're going to have a remote control for this fan. So this is a quiet cool remote control box. And the power cord wire goes in the back of this box. And this bushing snaps into here. Okay, and then the plastic box goes over the wires from the fan motor. It comes up in the bottom of the box. And then all these wires are part of the remote control connections. And so this mounts back in the same screw holes that the metal box used to use.
Okay, the next step is you wire nut together the black fan and the blue RF hub.
Yes. Tight. Right.
Okay, next step, you wire nut together the red fan and the red RF hub.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, next you cap the yellow from the RF hub.
Okay. This would be used for a 3-speed fan. We don't have that.
Okay, and next you ground the wires to the ground screw.
Okay, so these are attached to the ground screw, the 2 green wires.
Okay, now we're going to plug in the RF hub. And the red LED will light. Then press the test button to make sure the fan works. A light will blink twice when it's on high. Press the test button on again to low speed. Press it on again to turn it off. Okay, now press the pair button and the pair button light will stay green for 3 seconds. When the pair light is on for 3 seconds, it clears all pairs. Now press the pair button twice. That will start pairing with the remote, and the green light will be blinking. Now press the remote button to wake the remote, and then press the remote button again to pair the remote.
Okay. Okay, this is the basic opening of the old noisy fan that used to be here, and we took it out. Actually, we're going to put that in the ceiling of the patio to get hot air pushed out of the attic during the daytime later on. But this is the area here that we prepared for the new flange for the new quiet fan. And the quiet fan doesn't come all the way down to the sheetrock. It sits up on top of these rafters and we're creating. We put 2x4s out here on the ends to create a plenum box of wood. So this plenum, which is an air channel, the base will sit on this wood, and then it continues the metal plenum up to the top. And so this will all have to be sheetrocked and finished off before this is done. And then we're going to bring the fan unit up through this opening with a pulley system. It'll be nice and easy. Okay.
Okay, it's going. Go ahead and pull it up.
Get your camera.
I got it.
Are you taking it?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the highest point of the rope mounting for lifting, and over here is where the upper pulley is located to provide a downward pulling motion to lift the movable pulley. And since this is a movable pulley, the downward motion of the rope travels twice as far as the pulley lifts, giving a 2-to-1 mechanical advantage.
Okay, go ahead and pull.
Okay, I'm in the attic, and I use my tester to poke a couple holes in this wire, and then I tested the voltage until I had 121 volts up on this voltmeter, and then I had my wife turn off all the breakers until I got to this particular wire for receptacles, and so I had her just leave this one off. I've cut this wire in half now, so that's on one side of the box, and then we made a new piece of Romex to connect this box to a second box over here. So this new Romex will connect the two boxes, and then this wire that we cut will be spliced and put in the new box, and it'll continue the circuit, and also we'll put in a receptacle to plug in the fan. Okay, the wires are all joined in this box to the jumper cable that goes from the first box up to the second box, and the second box connects all the cables into a receptacle, and then they go on from there. The vaulted ceiling in this part of the house is 16 feet above the lower floor level, and I wanted to get the large motor up into this section to move air from this part of the house out to that gable vent down at the end. The problem I had was that the ducting was not really long enough to get up into this area very well. So what I had to do is I had to kind of teeter the motor housing over the edge of this upper level. Now, to hold the ducting up in place, I mounted a U-bolt to the metal ring that goes around the ducting end, and I pulled it up into place with this rope and held it there while I was able to then slip the ring, the ducting ring, over the motor housing. I attached the ducting flange to the motor housing with sheet metal screws, and I had to do a little patchwork with some duct tape to hold this together, but it worked. And now the motor housing is suspended over a 2x2 that's mounted up into the rafters. And it's that 2x2 is mounted to the rafters with a long lag screw on each end. And it's also wired on. So this works, but it was just a lot more work than I had planned on. But that's the way it goes.